Man United beating Southampton 1-0. Guys, let's be honest, I wasn't that impressed with the game. I thought there was a lot lacking on the ball. What happened to that game? What happened to all of these players being efficient on the ball? Creativity. I mean, we didn't create that many chances in this game. Bruno, look, yes, he scored the goal. Dalot with a great assist. I thought Dalot, Malacia, Eriksen were our better players in this game. I did think Dalot at times struggling in 1v1. Sometimes he can get nutmegged, he can get ripped at times. But I thought, look, 80% of that game, Dalot was one of our better players. And I did think he had a great game. That's a great assist. Wan-Bissaka ain't doing them things there. Malacia, again, very strong when it comes to the defensive defensive duels and the way he managed to get those tackles and interceptions in. I was very impressed with Malacia again. But look, I've got to be honest, I thought we lacked everywhere today. I mean, there were times we were suspect in defence in terms of, look, Bruno was playing very high up again today. And, well, not again, but again, what we saw from last season is that Bruno was playing very high up. And what I saw today, I was very confused with why Ten Hag is continuing with this team against Southampton. We're playing a different team. They offer different strengths. And look, we still finished the game with 52% possession, which suggests that was a very even game. The last 20 minutes when Ronaldo came on, I mean, we didn't create anything. We were playing on the counter, and we invited pressure. But then again, throughout the game, what we saw was Bruno playing very high up, leaving gaps there in the midfield with McTominay and Eriksen there. And what does that show? You're playing Rashford up top, you're playing Elanga, and you're playing Sancho. I thought Sancho was one of our better attacking players, actually. I forgot to mention him, but I did think he was one of our better attacking players going forward. But Rashford was nowhere to be seen, and Elanga was nowhere to be seen. Yes, he had that one chance, but he was nowhere to be seen. Rashford and Elanga are one of these players in this game that it's not going to work. And I did say that after the Liverpool game. These are players who are not going to work in this game. You need players who are patient on the ball, who are good on the ball, who can create chances, play those passes in between the lines. And they're not that type of players. Elanga and Rashford are counter-attacking, pacey players. And they weren't going to suit this game. And you could see it, Rashford was non-existent. How many times did we just see Rashford waiting for a ball over the top in this game? You're playing as a striker, you should be waiting for those type of passes. And it just shows what kind of player he is, because I don't get why Ten Hag would start him in the striker position when, look, clearly he's better suited as a left winger. He's better suited in that position where he can cut in, he can get a shot off, or he can pass it down the middle and, create chances, In this game, we didn't see much of that. Elanga, again, every time Elanga gets on the ball, he's either trying to go past the player, which, look, he doesn't do many times at all throughout a game, and he just gets fouled, which he does. He just gets tackled, and he pretends he gets fouled, or he gets intercepted or tackled. Elanga in this game, yes, he had that one chance, but it's still not good enough from Elanga and Rashford, just non-existent. So I was very confused about why he started Rashford up top. He should have started Ronaldo. He should have played Rashford on the left, and he should have played Sancho on the right. A lot more crosses would have needed to be coming in, because look, there was no aerial strength there with Rashford up top. There's nothing there with Rashford up top. He's not good in the air. Neither is Elanga. Even if Elanga and Rashford were switching positions in the centre forward role, you still wouldn't see aerial ability from Elanga there or Rashford. You need someone who's good in the air. When Ronaldo came on, he was winning everything in the air. We didn't get that from anyone in the attacking position. So I was confused as to why Ten Hag played that front three. Look, in midfield again, Bruno's playing very high up, and that's one of the reasons why he played very high up, because essentially, look, Rashford's not a striker, and Bruno was putting himself in those attacking positions almost like a second striker, because, look, at the end of the day, there's no striker there. There's a lack of crosses there because you don't have someone who's good in the air, and Bruno needed to be that second striker there to try and get those goals in, and look, he got the goal. Why did he get the goal? Because if Ronaldo was playing there, Bruno wouldn't be playing so high up, and we saw that today. So there was a gap there in midfield, and it got exploited once Bruno started playing very high up. And Southampton, look, they had 48% possession. It was a very much an even game. They had opportunities there, which really, this game could have ended 2-2 when you think about it. I didn't think we were better than them. I didn't think we were better than Southampton today. So a little bit disappointed. I did think Casemiro should have started, Ronaldo should have started, and I would have actually liked to see Van der Beek in the midfield. I do think that even Bruno, who's someone who can put amazing passes into the attacking players, is someone who even against a team who's playing a low block is not going to be one of our better players. I do think that Bruno, again, just like Rashford and Elanga, are players who suit a counter-attacking system. And look, at the end of the day, Bruno will get those stats in. Look, he's a stat padder. That's what Bruno is. Look, he's a great player, but he's also one of those players who can get that final pass in and get an assist or even get a goal if he's allowed to get forward and play almost as a second striker, which is what we saw today. If Ronaldo was up top there, Bruno wouldn't be getting as many opportunities. You saw it last season. Ronaldo was playing, Bruno didn't get as many goals or assists. But he should be getting more assists, Bruno. So again, Malacia, Delo, Sancho, and Eriksen especially were our better players in this game. Martinez was really good. I mean, the amount of duels he wins is unbelievable. I mean, the ground duels, and he times it very well. When you have a centre back who's slow or he's not agile enough, it's going to trouble our centre back partnership. And you saw it last season with Maguire. When Martinez is in those situations where he's undersized and he's up against a bigger striker in Che Adams, how many times did I see today in the first half where Che Adams, and this is a worry, I think when Martinez is playing bigger strikers, there's going to be a weakness there, because today Che Adams was managed at times when the ball's in the air and he's trying to win it, he bounces Martinez off him because he's a bigger player than him, and he gets the ball and he takes a shot on. It's going to be trouble when he's facing big strikers. But then again, apart from that, there was only once or twice I saw that in the first half. I didn't see it that many times. So yeah, but I was incredibly impressed with the amount of duels he won. I mean, his timing when it comes to pressing and putting pressure on opposition attack and winning that tackle is amazing. And look, he's allowed to do it. He's allowed to do it because Varane's there. Varane's quick enough and he's agile enough to stop those final passes from coming in. So incredibly impressed with our back four, to be honest. De Gea was good. I mean, he made some good saves as well. But I do want to see Ten Hag get this team right, because I feel like if we would have played Casemiro from the beginning and Ronaldo, we didn't get to see enough from Casemiro and Ronaldo today, because in the last 20 minutes, I mean, we were playing on the back foot. So I want to see a more balanced team in midfield and in attack. I did say in the other video that I made, that putting Bruno, Eriksen and Casemiro in midfield would still be enough to win this game. And look, Casemiro didn't start. McTominay I thought was actually pretty decent in this game as well, but he's not a defensive midfielder. I do see McTominay getting back more and putting himself in between the centre backs and getting the ball up the pitch, but still he's not a defensive midfielder. And you saw today when Casemiro came on, he put interceptions, tackles in, very strong, very physical, and he's a better passer of the ball than McTominay is. So I'm excited to see what happens there. You can trust him more in that defensive midfield position, whereas McTominay, you can't. So I just want to see more balance. I feel like in this game would have been better to see Van der Beek, Eriksen, maybe Casemiro in midfield. So we'll need to see what happens. But guys, let me know what you think. Please make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll talk to you guys later.